A friend of mine was sharing a life challenge they were having. It was a situation they had been thinking about for quite some time, but they couldn't come up with the right solution that felt good to them. So after we chatted some more and I asked more questions, I felt like I had some pretty good advice to offer. And as I started to share this advice, I stopped and realized that even though their situation was different than my situations, all of my challenges that I'm facing, the words, the advice that I was offering is the same advice I should have been giving to myself. Have you ever been in that situation where you're offering advice to someone and you think, if I would have offered that advice to myself 6 months ago, I would be in a completely different situation? When you're offering advice to another person, you have an advantage of this outside perspective. It's a much bigger challenge when you're trying to offer yourself advice, until potentially much later when you have the hindsight. But without that outside perspective, it's nearly impossible. In fact, research has proven that in order for you to solve your problems, you must take it from an outside perspective. Sounds simple, but the practice of doing it can take some time. One of the ways is to stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and speak to yourself in the third person. Give yourself advice as if you were someone else. Now, for you, that may feel a little bit awkward. So an alternative to that would be through journaling. You would first journal your current situation from your own perspective. Get all of those thoughts and feelings and situations and everything you can think of out on paper that's in your own mind from your perspective. Then go back and read it as if you were a third person, someone else. And then write out the advice that you as another person are giving to yourself. One tip with that is to not just think about the advice that you would give, but also as you're acting as that third person, be picturing and listening for the advice you've heard from others, whether that was they were giving advice to someone else or advice that someone else has given to you in the past. And how could you take that and apply that to your current situation? So today, I want you to think of one challenge that you have been facing, that you've struggled to get that outside perspective within yourself and solve it for you. And I want you to do one of those two exercises. Comment below and let me know, how did that feel for you? Did it solve your problem? If not, is there something else that we should be thinking about? I'd love to hear from you. I'm here to help you live a happy, healthy, and balanced life. Until next time.